Ever created something on AWS, practiced for a few hours, and then just left it running free for forever? What do you think happens then? Your bill is slowly growing up without noticing it. And that's exactly what we are talking about today. Let's uncloud quickly. This is one of the most common beginner mistakes. Okay, let's start simple. AWS is a cloud platform where you create a resource like servers, databases, data storages, and networking. But here's the important part. Most of these resources are not free for forever. They run until you stop or delete them. So imagine this. You just launch a EC2 instance for practicing Linux commands. You feel happy, you learn something, and just close your laptop. But your servers are still run on the cloud 24/7, consuming cost even while your laptop is asleep. Now think, what happened if you did this for a 5 or 10 resources over a month? That's how beginners get surprise feels. So let's go deeper. What resources you should delete after practice? The first one is EC2 instances. They are virtual servers. If you are practicing Linux, deployment, or running app, you must terminate this after use. Not stop, terminate. Because stopping can still leave storing charges. Second one is EBS volumes. These are attached storage disks. Like when you are using SSD in a laptop, you are attached as HDD also. So it's like a EBS. Even if you delete EC2, sometimes EBS is still remain. And guess what? Yeah, you still pay for the storage. It's like a renting room and forgetting to cancel the rent for the furniture inside. Third one is elastic IP addresses. This one surprises many beginners. If you allocate a IP and don't attach to a running instance, AWS still charges you. Yes, just holding an unused IP address costs money. Imagine you booked a taxi and you didn't go anywhere, but you need to still pay the waiting charges. That's basically elastic IP in ideal state. Fourth one is RDS database. If you try MySQL or service like that in AWS RDS for practicing, always delete the database after practicing because databases are expensive than simple EC2 instances. Even simple database can continuously run daily and cost you very lot of money. Fifth one is S3 buckets with data. S3 buckets are cheap in itself, but if you add large files, logs, and add something more, it slowly adds up. Especially if versioning is enabled, they keep old versions also. Now let's make them real. Imagine you are learning DevOps and you are practicing CI/CD pipelines. You create EC2 instance, install Jenkins, connect GitHub, and test deployments. Everything works perfectly. You feel like a real DevOps engineer already, but you forget to delete resources. 1 month later, you check the AWS account and see the unexpected charges. And then you realize it's not just one big mistake. It's a small pocket resources that adds up silently. That's why in real DevOps teams, cleanup is a part of workflow. Even in production environments, we carefully manage life cycle of resources. Now you might ask, is there any safer method for automatically deleting instead of manual delete? Yes, there are better practices. You can use AWS free tier alerts and billing alarms. So you will get notified before your bill getting increases. Also, you can use tagging like dev, test, practice, and easy for delete, search and delete them easily. And in advanced DevOps setups, we use infrastructure as code tools like Terraform. So with one command, we can destroy everything we created. Very powerful and very safe. If you create it for learning, you should delete after practice. It's like cooking in the kitchen. You use the kitchen for cook and eat, and then you don't leave the kitchen dirty for forever. Cloud works the same way. Clean environment equals to cost optimization plus better discipline. Now let's connect this to your cloud journey. If you're planning to be a cloud engineer, this is not a habit you can ignore. It is essential because in real cloud companies, cost optimization is not a small responsibility. That's a big responsibility. Even a small resource can cost hundreds or thousands over time. So being careful now builds your professional mindset later. Okay, now think about your own AWS practices. Have you ever left easy to running or database? So the key takeaway is simple. Always remember easy to EBS, Elastic IPs and RDS and S3 are not set and forget resources. They are use and clean resources. And if you have built this habit early, you will already be ahead of many cloud beginners. So here's the final question for you. What's the last AWS resource you create and forget to delete? Comment below.